Hello, everybody. Grieveless here, and boy, it's been a week. I was trying to make a few videos, especially because the new patch dropped, which is what this video is primarily about. But things are moving a lot in Terra Invicta news, and also it hit a particular time in real life. 9/11 hits pretty hard when you're from New York. And that's one of the reasons why I did not actually release the video I made yesterday, because I did not like it, as I was, thinking about the time when I wondered whether or not my dad was going to come home. Turned out I didn't need to worry at that time. He wasn't working in the city that day. But it always brings up those memories. And I know there's other parts of the world where that's a really common occurrence, and something people really need to worry about, and honestly, that fucking sucks. And it's not a good feeling, so let's instead talk about this game that I still love, and this game that just got its giant patch that has utterly changed a lot. One of the reasons why I've been delaying making this is that I'm really not entirely sure everything that's sticking around, what's being modified, what's not being modified, and a lot of us who've been trying to figure out what's going on and how to advise people for what's changed are still trying to figure out what's changed. There's a huge amount. So what I'm going to start with are things that we're pretty sure are staying in the game. Starting with some of these new techs. There's a fair number of new techs, 2 research techs per faction, that encourage you to play along your faction's goals, how they're meant to play, their fluff. Some of the values in these are likely to get changed. I think the Academy and Exodus in particular, there's a lot of discussion right now about whether or not the bonuses are too strong. But right now you can see Humanity First over here. The first one is pretty much named Talent Development for everyone. I'm not entirely positive. I've only tried out 3 factions so far. And it unlocks another one that gives you something else. So we'll start Humanity First. 500 RP tech that you get basically at the beginning of the game. Like, not literally the beginning, but functionally the beginning. All counselors have +2 command and +2 security. Yeah. This is, not the best, but consider how expensive CP cap is. This right here is at the start of the game, +8 CP cap for 500 research. +10 as soon as you get your 5th counselor. Easily worth it. And I honestly consider this one of the more middling ones in the new techs that you can get. Killer Instinct, though. 500 research points for +4 to all assassinate missions and 100 ops. That's nasty. There's one other tech in the game that gives you this, and it's a late game tech. Humanity First is real good at killing people. I'm not going to make you sit through so many save and loads to talk about the rest, so I'll let you know where they currently are, although I'm not sure which one is which for certain factions. So Resistance gets 20 MC, 25% more MC hate cap, like all of those stealth techs, which is absolutely great for new players. This is fantastic for anyone starting out the game. All their counselors gain the government trait for free, and a 50% discount on the influence cost of all orcs. This is also, this is solid. Like, I'd argue this is pretty much in the same spot that Humanity First is. Like, if we go look at Sarah, your government trait, that's going to save you. You're probably not getting government on every counselor. Let's say this gets you 3 governments, so half your council. That's 300 influence, 60 experience points, and probably another few hundred influence from org discount. That's not nothing. Like, it's solid. I research it every game, and you should research it every game. Then they also get +2 to espionage and +2 to investigation on all counselors, which are fantastic stats. Like, even for your non-assassins, this lets you detect more counselors more easily. This lets you make it harder for you to be detected because espionage is a defensive stat. Like, you just research these techs whenever you can. Your faction techs are just incredible. Initiative. 5 cogs, so you get your engineering bonus really fast. Plus 5 available orgs, one of the best bonuses in the game, right out of the gate. You could even arguably skip the initial org bonus, though I wouldn't. And plus 3 admin to all counselors. Again, these are incredible. Just go. The servants. Plus 25% investment points into MC and plus 100 MC. I believe this is more so that the servants are a much better antagonist to the player, but even for PC servants, that's beautiful. Like, that's amazing. Plus 25% unity investment, whatever, no one cares. And plus 3 persuasion, also a good stat, also very useful. Protectorate. Plus 4 to control a nation. Plus 2 admin. Plus 2 persuasion, plus 5 defense provided by defend interest. Whew. I've played a few short campaigns in the new patch up to like 2027, 2028. The Protectorate is a threat on Earth because of this. Like, they are getting into China by 2024. Even mid-2023, usually. Like, you have to actively beat them to a nation because of this. And then it's hard to root them out of it because their defend interest is really strong. Like, again, I believe these are more because they're antags for most of the factions, and it feels good to try and fight them given all of this. Exodus, plus 25% boost priority. Great. Plus 50 boost. This is the one that's a little controversial and the one that people have objections to, which I'm not sure if it's going to get nerfed or not. We'll see. Then plus 6 mining cap, plus 10% mining bonus, a lot more important now, and plus 20 MC. Fantastic. Plus 2 science, Plus 2 admin. There we go. And very strangely for this game, the Academy in some ways gets the strongest faction bonuses. The Academy actually gets something nice. Is that allowed? I'm not sure that's allowed. Anyway, 10% knowledge priority. Whatever. Multiplicative plus 30% to RP produced by nations. This is utterly insane. I'm pretty sure it's getting nerfed to 20% already, and we're going to see where the balance goes, but this is nuts. This makes the Academy a research behemoth. Counselors get quick learner automatically. Do I need to say more? Also truly amazing. Like, the best counselor upgrade out of all of them, except maybe the Protectorates. Plus 100% chance to officer spawn. Good. Plus 20 MC, also incredible. Plus 3 science. That's the stinker, but like, really, these are great. So again, I'm waiting until all of this finishes before doing another tech tree video, but you get these texts, you research these texts. No question about it. Also, in the tech tree, then, you remember the Academy's bonus to RP from nations? That is the wrong one. I know it's near this. National Research Oversight. Plus 10%. It goes up to National Labs for multiplicative 10% and 20%. It goes up to Focus National Resource for multiplicative 30%. I'm expecting these to get nerfed sometime in the near future. We'll see. These make getting to fusion by the early 2030s trivial if you know what you're doing. And I might actually start a playthrough where I show off the power of this and what nutso things you can do with it. It's kind of nuts. Also, new repeatable. Unlock a random project we previously failed to trigger. The world is your oyster. This makes a lot of things way more reliable, especially some more niche strategies that you're waiting to see if you get the project. Let's see here. Also in here, we now have incentives to research the end of X text because they give you a real nice static boost of Unity. Not Unity. I was playing Stars a little bit. Influence. And we have new unions. Like, there's a huge rebalance. Tech tree, winner, social science. Social science is even more important at the start of the game, because almost all these are new social science techs. So, like, yeah, tech tree, big winner is social science for the new patch. Also, every faction gets weird, unique, and cool things. I love it. Now let's talk about the Earth game. Ooh, this is a little bit later. I should actually load a save here that will get me to a fresh start to show you guys what's new. And again, some of this is likely going to change. Alright, I will be right back. Alright, welcome back. Showing off some of... I completely forgot to do space modules. Anyway, showing off Earth changes. So, you might notice there's some more triangles floating around. This is because, on one hand, we have many additional microstates. Like itty-bitty places that, well, maybe not as itty-bitty, but small places. So, unfortunately, losers from this patch are the microstates. The days of 20 to 0.5 RP to CP ratio are over because the floor got lowered. They're still good. Like... maybe not this one. Let me go find one of the... that's France. Like, Melanesian states is now 9.5 to 3.6. That's still 3 to 1. That's still decent. That still gets you a decent amount of research points. Micronesian, still great. 9 to 1. It's not 20 to 0.5, but still fantastic. You just have to be a little bit more selective with them. Some of this was that it felt pretty unrealistic that you could get a little tiny island nation and have it supply as much research as, I don't know, Iceland? Or, you know, Lithuania, but... say the thing. The game got updated to include more accurate figures for a bunch of things than the projected figures they were originally using. This means the biggest loser for this patch is Kazakhstan. Oh, we miss you, you beautiful boy who gave us so much boost. Yeah, like, that's still not nothing, but it's not something you're going to want to super prioritize every game. Like, Kazakhstan's still very valuable in a China opener, because you get these 3 CP that are adjacent to China. Maybe EU will get back to that. Definitely not US. Next big one. India, I think, was on net neutral. Like, it didn't really change that much. Especially given some things that may or may not stick around. China, I think, is better. It got a bit more boost. It's taken a hit to its resting cohesion, as you can see by this. So, like, you're going to have to actually build welfare in China in order to get its resting cohesion up now. So, like, I don't know, a little bit worse, a little bit better. I think on net it's a little bit better, but, well, sorry, in this regard. China actually did get a nerf in that its late-game claims that are good, like Japan and South Korea, are now hostile claims, which means taking them is going to give you an even bigger cohesion penalty that you'll then have to work off with Unity. So, yeah, actually, thinking about it with that, China, probably a little bit nerfed. EU. Complicated. Very complicated. One benefit the EU gets is that you may now build boost if you have anyone in your group or in your federation that has a space program. It's also got a few more little states, which means you can get a little bit more efficiency out of some of what you're doing. And boost has gotten a lot more important because the really overpowered space modules have all been nerfed. Admin towers and admin complexes now cost an insane amount of boost. You're going to need to be producing boost the entire game. Singapore, absolutely blessed now. You're going to want it just chugging away building boost in almost every run. The EU, because of how many little states you have, can build a lot of boost, even with these really bad boost multipliers. Like, That's terrible, but it is still 5 IP per month building that. And then you merge it in. It's like the EU... The EU, I think, is in about the same spot it was. Africa got a bit better because, well, early on. Mega Africa, I think, is going to have some more problems because of the changes to the formula for armies and cohesion. If we look at North Korea, which used to be an incredibly bad hellscape in regards to how much unrest the army stopped, North Korea now will probably remain stable rather than being consistently in an unrest loop. Well, stable-ish. Ish. China got hurt here. Like, it's still fine while it's at top peak cohesion, but it's lost a lot of its unrest gain from armies. So, Mega Africa, a bit of a problem, a bit more of a project. But Mega Africa does have the theoretical highest research cap in game given its population. So, column A, column B, kinda. And now, time for the elephant in the room. Before this, I would say the US opener, the China opener, and the EU opener were in the same tier. Depending on what you were trying to do in the game, you might want one over the other. The US is now the clear king. Like, the US is now in a tier of its own in regards to how good it is compared to every other nation. And this is what the devs honestly said they don't want to be true. Like, they want there to be more play, but they also have a dedication to realism in regards to the fact that the US actually just produces that much more boost than everyone else in the world. Like, a lot of this is SpaceX. They wound up doing a lot better than anyone thought they would at the time. And there's arguments for, like, should that be part of the US? Should it be an org on its own? I'm not sure they're allowed to make it an org on its own just due to copyright reasons and also a whole host of things. But the end result is the US is just the best opener now. Like, far and away, easily the winner. You can even still see free Puerto Rico and have Puerto Rico build more boost for you because you need more boost. We're going to see once other numbers go up or down just how true this is, but right now it's really looking like if you want to win the game efficiently, the US is just what you do. And I'm kind of not happy with it. Even like Canada got some more CP. They did an adjustment on regions, and now you can see some things. Like, this is now iced over for a time. Yeah. That's a lot of it for the Earth game. Space combat's out there. I might do a quick run where I test how much I can get done with early aggression railguns, because I've had some pretty good results in testing, which means missiles are better, but rail might be viable finally. I think it is. It's just a little tedious. Yeah, space research got nerfed because costs went up. Oh, what's the other one? Mining orgs. Mining orgs got super nerfed. In addition to their decent boost cost, mining orgs now have a substantial boost upkeep. They spawn less, and you know those wonderful orgs that gave you a little bit of economy, a little bit of spoils, and a little bit of mining? They no longer give you mining. In the 2030s, with all the new techs and buying the orgs and building the boost to get the orgs, you can get to roughly the same figures you used to in the old patch, but man, you're sitting on a lot lower mining for a lot longer period of time. And resources are also a bit more complicated. Fissiles, there are more overall sites that give you any fissiles. Actually, let me just go show this off. Terra, Invicta, console commands. Should have just kept this open so I could take a look and show off like what this is. I know there's one to probe everything. Hopefully it doesn't crash my game. Alright, yeah. So as you can see here, we no longer have giant moons. This is honestly a pretty good moon. Like, this is a solid moon. If you've been watching my Jupiter Rush run, you know how large you got for fizzle sites on Mars, and look at this. This is barren. So that's going to change engine recommendations for later on, and if we sort by fizzles, like, you still can get some in some space bodies, but, like, let's see, which is... Yeah, this is an Apollo asteroid. You're not getting that for a while. I think Apollo's not for a while. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember exactly which ones are which, but yeah, this is Kuiper Belt. Where are you? All right, that's main belt, so that's reasonable. But yeah, like fizzles are down across the board. Like a lot of these are all Kuiper Belt objects, which has some pretty serious challenges for what drives to recommend to people. Like, we're going to see what actually happens. The aliens now have kinetic defense from their coil batteries, which means the only Siege Coils fleets got hit pretty hard. You now really need to mix in fleets which are, or ships which are shooting just coil spam of little guys to distract their PD. I'm going to be doing another video on ship design in the new patch once we have any idea what's true. I've been doing a lot of testing myself, and like, man, it's the Wild West. I really don't know what's going on anymore. But yeah, like, despite all this, like, I'm excited. There's new stuff in the game. There's new ways to play. Earth research is real good, so I'm now probably going to start up one for that because, as someone commented, what I did for Jupiter Rush, a ton of that's now invalid. Like, it's valid on stable, but it's not going to be there in the long term. Some of the principles are still there. But, yeah, we're really going to have to see what happens. Ship design's also changed a lot. Batteries are no longer mandatory. There are bugs around them, though, and this is one of the reasons why it's going to be hard to recommend recommend that people play the patch right now. Because there's a lot of bugs that are really annoying that are, like, every other day they release a new minor update that fixes a few of these bugs, but it's tricky. Like, it's exciting. I love seeing more development for this game and more weird and interesting things going on. Yeah, I think that's basically it. Gonna see about whether or not I continue that or start a new, like, I'm going to burn through Earth research as fast as possible as the Academy run to... I might just do that to show you guys mid-game, because all my other runs are in a weird spot given everything. And I want to show off mid-game and how to beat alien stations and fight, like, deep out their alien fleets. So maybe I'll do that. I'll consider that for this weekend. But either way, I hope everyone else has had a good amount of time. I hope people are excited for the patch. I want to see what weird and new strategies people use. It's Grayless, and good night, everybody.